Today on Dylan Talks Tone, we are going to talk about beginner guitars again because I have one to review. My name is Dylan and this is Dylan Talks Tone, and on this channel we talk all about guitar tone, guitar tech, how to work on your guitar, and we started talking about beginner guitars. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you is stick around to the end of this video for some bonus footage after we get done reviewing this guitar. That's all I'm going to say. You know, here's the thing. A few things. This is going to be so hard. On this channel, I've made it super my goal to bring meaningful, good content to people. I had a company from East Asia send me a Facebook message and say, we'd like you to do a review of a guitar. It's called the Glary Guitar Company. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And they sent me an acoustic guitar, and the neck was broken. And so then I emailed them and said, hey, the neck was broken. And so they sent me a second one. And here it is. I've already unboxed it. The reason I had to unbox it is I wanted to make sure that it was in one piece and that it actually functioned before we did this video. So when we say do a review on a beginner acoustic guitar, what we're really going to talk about is what's really important when selecting a beginner guitar. So if you are a parent or if you are an aunt and uncle, we discussed this with electric guitars a few weeks ago. I didn't really have one of these examples around to share before. It can be tempting to jump on Amazon or jump on Alibaba or eBay and like say, well, my kid wants to learn guitar, so I'm just going to go get him the cheapest thing just to see if he's interested. So let's talk about a few things that can kill the drive to want to play guitar in the first place, so we don't want to make this mistake with a beginner guitar. That's really the point. Well, that's becoming the point of this video. Let me show you. Here's the guitar. This is guitar number 2. Guitar number 1's over there in that box because it's broke. It's kind of beat up. The peg head has got a bunch of marks in it. It's all banged up. The rosette is printed crookedly on the guitar. More importantly than that though, when I got the guitar, I tuned it up. And that was about 45 minutes ago when I pulled it out of the carton. It is now not in tune anymore. And that is because the G over here tuner slips. It doesn't stay in tune. The frets are really sharp on the edges. I mean, I could probably take a file and sharpen these. I could replace the tuners. One of the things that's very concerning with this guitar is, for those of you that are not familiar, you can check and see how low the action is going to be, and that really helps to understand how easy the guitar is to play, especially for a student, by checking and seeing how much bow there is in the neck. And I actually adjusted it to be better about a half an hour ago, and it actually has moved by itself since then. So the stability of the construction of the guitar is actually not that stable. But within a half an hour in the same climate conditions in my living room, it shouldn't do that. So is the guitar playable? Absolutely, for a little while. And then the tuning stability is really bad. So let's talk about a few things. So now that we've got that guitar out of the way, let's talk about a few things while we've got it here that we should look for when we're trying to choose a guitar for a student. We want the tuning to be stable. We want to be able to tune the guitar and have the notes sound the way they should sound for a beginner player. The reason that's so important is because they're going to have a hard enough time. That's part of the journey, is to be able to play cleanly and have those notes nice and clean and in tune. You don't want the guitar to be a handicap to that. And then they're going to be, I've tried so hard and I don't sound good. And maybe they're doing just fine, but the instability of the guitar is making it worse. We don't want to have that. The second thing is playing comfort. Beginner guitar players will go through a stage where it kind of hurts their fingers a little bit because it's, you know, you got to build up some calluses, and people say that, you've heard that. Well, that's less of an issue if the guitar has a really good setup on it and it plays very well. And there are very many budget guitars, say under $200, will satisfy both of those needs, tuning stability and be very easy to play. This isn't necessarily one of them. The third thing that I think is really important is if you're going to play a guitar, you want to be proud of it. Like, I have my first guitar from when I was 13 years old. I have it. I still have it. I love that thing. I'll never sell it. I have a connection to that guitar. This is probably not a guitar that you're going to make a great connection with. And so what I would do is I would go to, if you're playing an electric guitar, it's very simple, very easy. It's a lot easier, actually. We'll leave a link to a couple of suggestions in the comments below, and we'll put a little gray thing up here to some of the guitars that we've actually had on this YouTube channel just recently. We still have them. That were great choices for really, really, really affordable prices. And so we'll leave a link to some of those. And then maybe one or two links to a couple of acoustics that might work for a student as well. This is a $69 guitar in the US at the time of making this video. My intention was to do a series of videos with the cheapest guitar that I could find, and they actually gave it to me to review, to talk about how we can kind of fix this up for a beginner. And I wanted to donate it to a charity that we have local to us that actually has like a library where those that cannot afford a guitar will actually go and like check out a guitar and play it and then bring it back, almost like have a library card for that. It's a really cool program. I wanted to donate these two guitars to do that, but I don't think I'm going to. And for the first time on my YouTube channel, I'm actually reviewing a product that I don't know 100% that I could recommend. And I'm sorry, Glary Guitars of East Asia, but the fact that the shipping is so unstable so as to do damage to the guitar by the time it even got here, and then to have components on the guitar that were so unstable that we could not actually tune the guitar in the first place, and then to have the structure of the guitar be so unstable that it wouldn't really stay in tune from playing session to playing session. This is supposed to be a good beginner's guitar, and like I said, those factors that we talked about of tuning stability, playing comfort, and being proud of the thing, I just don't think they're present with this guitar. We'll leave a link to some of these in the description below. And now I think it's time to do another first on our YouTube channel. I'd like you to come with me and help me make the thumbnail title screen for this video, because I don't usually include you in this process, but I think this time we should. Well, there you have it. For the first time ever, A, I've smashed a guitar. I've actually never smashed a guitar in my entire life. And B, thanks for helping me make my thumbnail, because I think this is pretty sweet. If you have any questions about guitar setup, we don't smash guitars every week. Like I said, this is my first one ever, but I felt that this one deserved it. Put in the comments below what you want to see a video about. And if you are a beginner guitar player who's never owned a guitar or bought a guitar, has more questions about that, put those in the comments below. Maybe we'll make a video just for you. There's a couple links down there and some resources that'll help you to get going, because we really want people to play for a long time. We want to encourage people to play, but I think this guitar right here wasn't really the one to do that. My name is Dylan, and this has been Dylan Talks Tone. Just a quick note to the internets before you go crazy in the comments. They sent me two guitars. One was broken beyond all repair. That's the one we smashed under the tire of the truck. I still have another one that's kind of together and sort of works. So for those of you that want to like make all kind of waves about smashing a perfectly good guitar, like the song, we did not do that. This one was beyond repair. There was no way to fix it, and so it suffered a pretty awesome demise, I have to say.